Another week begins, unsurprisingly, on a Monday. Every single time I come back from holiday, usually something happens. One time it was the boat, there was a problem with the boat. Another time I came back from holiday and there was a problem with Sally. This time it's the car. There's some lady in a BMW just over there who keeps starting her BMW and it keeps stalling. She's started it and it's stalled about 20 times now. Funny enough, this isn't bothering me. It's the lady over there in the BMW who keeps starting it, and she keeps doing the same action like that will make any difference. Just waiting for green flag. There she goes again. That is the very definition of insanity, isn't it? Doing the same action over and over again, expecting a different result. An ignition pack. But thankfully, right around the corner from where I broke down, there is a shop that had one in. The last one in. So, lucky me.
I've got that little box in there.
Throw that, Mark.
Yeah, of course.
New one gone in. Yeah. And now, shall I start the ignition?
Yes, please.
Moment of truth.
Yeah. Success.
Green flag. Love green flag. The thing I love about green flag is that they're prompt. I've been with the RAC, the AA. Have I been with the AA? No, just the RAC. And the RAC are great when they turn up. Sometimes they subcontract to another company called On Time, who aren't. Having spent an entire week with seals, it's now time for me to go and pick up my land seal, Sally. There she is. There she is. Hello. Hi, Sally. Hello. You protecting? You protecting the house? Hello. There she is. There she is. There she is. Oh, she's so excited. She's so excited. Hello. Back at Hallingbury. Now we can go and see what they've done to the underside of my boat. They finished the black in, so it's good to be home. Yeah, look at that shiny bum. Shiny. Looking forward to see if she handles any better now, because obviously all the bottom had like 3 or 4 inches of muscles on them. Now she's smoother. She should, well, accelerate a little bit faster and brake a little bit slower. It's been a really good idea to bring the boat here and get it blacked while we've been away. I mean, obviously you can stay on your boat, but getting on and off your boat with a dog can be problematic. But Rob and the guys here have done a fantastic job with my boat. Couldn't ask for anything better. And of course Rob has a great head on his shoulders, and he's just really sorted. The three of us, me, my wife and Rob, we all share the same kind of maybe political leanings, the same kind of freedom thoughts that unfortunately is lacking a lot. Yeah, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to move the boat, which I'm really looking forward to. Hallingbury Mill. What a great place. If you want to bring your boat here, links as always are in the description below. When you move your narrow boat in the sun, drink some rum. Actually, I don't have any rum. Having been to Ireland, all I have is whiskey, which is no hardship. Yeah, now I admit I know absolutely nothing about power to weight ratios, but I suspect that craft is slightly underpowered. Belwaris. Best curry house in Sawbridgeworth. We just fancied a curry tonight, our first sort of night back on the boat. Also we fancied something kind of vegan, really. I was actually surprised last week when I was in Ireland about how much choice there was for vegans and vegetarians. We came across a little bit of cheese in one of the dishes, and most of the places that we went to would vegetarianize or veganize whatever they had on the menu, which was I thought was spectacular. Well, I think after I've eaten this I'll have a bit of a doze, or possibly an early night. I'm absolutely shattered. After a lot of travelling, going to get the boat and dealing with the car today, it's been a bit of a long day. So, see you tomorrow. Goodbye, Sawbridgeworth. Okay. Quick stop for water, and then we're off again. Hello. Now, I don't mean to sound finicky or anything, but I dislike it when the water point is really close to the pump out. And that is because when people use the pump out, they drag their hose all the way across the floor to pump out, and they usually end up leaving a bit of a mess. And then of course you drag your hose all the way through that. I love Sawbridgeworth. Unfortunately, I have a little dilemma, because having gotten back from Ireland, I now have a huge mountain load of laundry, and there's only a laundry in Bishop Stortford or in Harlow. So I decided to move my boat down the Stort. It was nice cruising the Stort today, but now I'm a little bit tired, and it's wine o'clock. And now I've moved my boat down to Royden. Can't really go any further than that, because I've been informed through various friends of mine and the internet that there is a sunken boat down below Brick Lock. So that's everything today. See you tomorrow. What is that? What a beautiful day. Today is Wednesday. It's anything can happen day. Ah, yeah. You know, I heard somewhere that here in England we buy more convertibles than any other place in Europe. I'm not sure if that's true, but it does kind of resonate with our personality as a nation. I mean, winter lasted about 8.5 months this year, and then, you know, one day of glorious sunshine and we all go crazy. You always see guys walking around with shorts and vests on, and, you know, the pasty white corned beef skin. We just go crazy when the sun comes out, because we don't see much of it. So one of the things about being a boater is every time you move your boat, you have to go back to get your car, or at least I do. But on a day like today, that's not a problem. Just been looking at this lovely old building behind me. It's been there for a while, it's got absolutely no roof, but somebody's bought it. Would make a fantastic studio. Well, that took just a matter of minutes, not 6 hours in a canal boat, but they were 6 glorious hours. I guess I didn't really need that. I forgot how long this walk was. I feel a bit like Marty McFly when he leaves the DeLorean in 1955 and then walks the 5 miles back into Hill Valley. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her complexion like peaches and cream. Give her 2 lips like roses and clover. And tell me that my lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Ain't got nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Oh yeah. I think I'm about ready for another shower. Now I know it's summer. Just had a glorious couple of hours drinking wine with some friends on the back of my boat. That's just what it's all about. Unfortunately, now the sun is going down and I put on my shorts because I've been hot all day in my jeans. And the problem with a English heat wave, everyone on Twitter is saying heat wave, heat wave. The problem with a heat wave in this country is as soon as the sun goes down, it disappears. And I have a feeling that, you know, we're going to be lighting our fire tonight because it's all starting to feel a little bit autumnal. Well, I think on that note, it's time to say goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. I've got to be up early, got a lot of things to do, a lot of tasks to accomplish, and I'm taking you all with me. So I'll see you then. See you tomorrow. Heatwave Britain, day 2. How did you get over there? Huh?
Come on, let's go.
Another beautiful morning in the country of my birth. And even though it's first thing in the morning, I have to go and talk balls. Juggling balls, that is. So, I've just placed an order with Jim. That was Jim. He's an excellent juggler, and I go to Jim to buy all of my juggling equipment. I'll leave links to his company Jack's products in the description below. Basically, I'm placing a large order because I need to do a corporate workshop, so I need lots of juggling balls for that. I'm also going to brand all of the juggling balls, which I've never done before, so he's going to help do that. And also, I've also placed an order for some stock to sell at the IWA Little Venice Cavalcade, which I perform at every year in Little Venice, so I can just have a little stall after I've done my performances and my show. I'll have a little stall there where you can come along and buy a spinning plate or a Diablo or a flower stick, all at very reasonable prices, I may add. So now it's off to do something slightly more boring, laundry. Tree tunnel. I love a good old English tree tunnel. On such a sunny day, I've just realised I can hang most of my clothes out on the back deck on the dryer, because on a day like this it's just going to dry really, really quickly. I have a little dilemma I'm hoping you might be able to help me with. My cigarette lighter. I use it to charge my phone, but it's stopped working. I have discovered that it's the fuse that's gone. But every time I try and replace the fuse, it pops because I have to disconnect the battery to put in the new fuse. If I disconnect the battery, then my radio will go off. And because I bought this car secondhand, I do not know the code, and the clock's, well, the clock is not showing the correct time anyway. So I don't know what to do about this. I took it to Halfords, but they can't help me either. Apparently it's got to go back to a Ford dealership or a Ford authorized dealer who can take the radio out, give me the code, put it back in, reset the clock and put in the fuse. And it's quite expensive. It's over 50 quid to do that, because presumably it's half an hour's labour. So if you can help me out, and if you have a solution to my dilemma, please leave your comments in the description below. Thank you very much. Ah, yeah. Now that's better. Shoot that poison arrow! Shoot that poison arrow through my heart! Oh man, I just can't compete with that kind of range. You loving that grass? Yeah. I wonder what that feels like, all that cool wet grass. Must feel great. Heatwave Britain, day 3. And I've already heard some people in shops and that complaining about the heat already. Oh, it's a bit hot, isn't it? Oh, it's just a little bit too hot. Wow, I mean, you know, I'm always a bit stunned that I'm part of this beautiful nation of ours, and how just 3 days of hot weather and it's a little bit too much. Given that winter lasted for so long, I thought we'd all be a little bit grateful for 3 good days of weather, but there we go. Anyway, because of all this complaining, the Supreme Being, and I don't know why I'm looking up, the Supreme Being has decided to turn his thermostat down, and from what I've been looking at on my little weather app, it's going to cool off towards the end of the week, so thanks. Anyway, some of the more eagle-eyed of you may have noticed from yesterday's little video and today's little video that I'm wearing a wrist protection. Ow! Yes, I've damaged my wrist. The way that I damaged my wrist though was so stupid that I'm not sure whether I want to share the story with you. I'm a little embarrassed by it, if I'm honest. Ah, well, never mind. Hell with it. Yesterday, I went to the sports shop Decathlon because my trainers, my runners are kind of talking to me. See that, look? So they have outlived their usefulness.
Because my trainers have outlived their usefulness, I decided to go to Decathlon, which is a great shop, get myself a new pair of runners. So I only went to the shop to look at running shoes. Bear that in mind. Anyway, while I was there, I was looking, couldn't really quite see a pair that I liked. There were some nice ones there, but before I had looked at the whole collection, round the corner from where they have the running shoes, there were a few scooters and a few skateboards. Now, when I went to see Jim over at Jack Products to do some juggling, he not only is a fantastic juggler, he's also been a skater in his formative years, and a very, very good skater. And I was asking him, which way do you stand on a skateboard? Do you stand with your feet this way or this way? Are you left-footed first or right-footed first? You see, I don't know. Anyway, he was saying, well, you know, when you just jump on a skateboard, you know whether you're right foot first or left foot first. So, around the corner, as I said, from the trainers, there were some skateboards. So I thought, oh, I wonder which way I stand on a skateboard. So I put right foot first, did a little skate, no problem at all. Then I thought, oh, I wonder what it's like left foot first. Went left foot first, and that was when I fell off. In fact, to say that I fell off the skateboard is a little bit of an understatement. If you've ever seen someone in a comedy movie be clotheslined when their feet go right up in the air, well, that's what kind of happened to me. And when I look back, my sunglasses were 3 feet behind me, my wallet, which I was holding in my hand, was in front of me, and the skateboard was nowhere to be seen. They do that, don't they? They just disappear. So, lying on the floor in pain with a very, very bad wrist, I got up immediately, and then thankfully I was in a sports shop, bought myself an ice pack and a wrist support, and quietly left the shop. Yeah, I was a little bit embarrassed. And I didn't even get to buy my shoes. My first thought was, Myles, you're a juggler. You are dependent on both your hands for your living. Well, when I got home and I told my wife what had happened, she said it had happened because I'm an arsehole. Yeah, that's why I love my wife, you see, because she always tells me exactly what I need to hear. Sally! Sally, do you want to come back? What are you doing over there? Come on! Ooh! Oh, don't do that to me. You nearly knocked me over. What's that? Oh, it's moving. I thought it was dead. So I had a friend of mine today, Tim, look at my wrist to find out what was going on with it, and he has confirmed what I suspected, that it's just a sprain, a very nasty sprain. There might be some tendon damage, possibly, but nothing broken. If it was broken, I probably wouldn't be able to do this, and my wrist would probably be a lot bigger than this if it were broken. So, not broken, very grateful for that. Tim is great. He's a physio, sports, tissue damage massage guy. I've just realised I don't know the terminology for his occupation. If you're watching, sorry Tim. But yeah, he did some very, very interesting exercises, trying to see how far I could extend it this way and how far I could extend it this way. All that remains now is just keeping it bound up and keep treating it with ice and arnica to reduce the swelling and any kind of bruising, and yeah, just slowly let it heal. And the week's end is here, and I've learned a lot this week. I've learned that green flag, good, skateboards, bad. Sometimes there's a little voice in my head says, you're old enough to know better. But there's another voice in my head that kind of, you know, says, I don't want to die without any scars. Tyler Durden. You know, I want to be able to try new things and not be afraid to try new things and not be afraid to, you know, feel fear. Because fear isn't real. Danger is real. There was a danger I was going to fall off that skateboard. So maybe I just need to develop a little bit more awareness. That's a good place to leave it. Develop your awareness. All that remains is for me to try and get a delightful time lapse of the sun setting. In fact, there's only one thing that I like more than a beautiful sunset, and that's a stunning moon rise. As for me, you will see me last week.